Give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our part in all ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. We say the executive deportation. I think I need to take my time and make sure it's the thing a function. Because I know this thing of a way for reset and other things I'm going to really approve. You have to kind of go back over it. Now we have the executive deportation. Now, the Department of Homeland Security was established in 2002, combining 22 different federal departments and agencies into a unified, integrated cabinet agency. Now, this information that I express or represent, I get this specific one, from the Homeland Security website. They go on to say 11 days after the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Ridge was appointed, not elected, appointed as the first director of the Office of Homeland Security. So here we are saying this man was appointed, not elected. We'll leave it right there. To the first director of the Office of Homeland Security in the White House. The office oversees and coordinates a comprehensive national strategy to safeguard the country, against terrorism and respond to any future attacks. With the passage of the Homeland Security Act by Congress in November 2002, the Department of Homeland Security finally came into being as a standalone cabinet-level department to further coordinate and unify national Homeland Security effort, opening its doors on March 1st, 2023. So these are the executive area. And again, my interest is in regards to my West Indian people. Yeah, specifically, but not limited. Yeah. We are talking about the people and we choose to subscribe to that area. Yeah, man. So once you say you're West Indian, you're going to have to express that on paper. And you're going to remove yourself from the specific federal area where the political entities are dictate terms and conditions to its subject members or citizens. Clarity. Now, because they have different legal systems in place, what I call law, I emphasize specificity. We being specific opposed to falling in the bracket of the generality or generalities or the general terms. Because from our perspective, our point of view, or opinion, it is safe to say that public slavery is being perpetrated because of the deceptive use of language, the English language out there. Yeah, so then we use ordinary definition, we apply to the ordinary people, but the moment the people then is brought into the foreign jurisdiction is a whole different set of legal system or laws are being applied. What I'm called a Commonwealth, called Jamaica, again, you're looking at my old passport, citizen of the Commonwealth and citizen of Jamaica, something like that is there, dual citizenship. So we probably can construe, so when they talk about the duality of the citizenship, depending on the time frame, they can be saying you're a state citizen and also a federal citizen. Just think about it. We have always said they can only interface or interact with a legal entity, which is the bond paper, the monetized bond instrument, the birth certificate, pretty bond paper. That's it. That's what they can interface with. That's what the value there. That's what everything happens. That's the primary instrument. Now, the only thing we govern that instrument right there is proper law. And this is where I think the subtlety come in, where you know about the fundamental rights and freedom as a proper law, which is contractually binding, but for whatever reason, you don't have access to it. And when you go into these court where these attorneys are well versed in legalities, you're going to have an issue. You know you're a man. You know you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? Secure and protected by the instruments that is out there where purport itself as law, but you're not being protected. Something else I want. You understand? So this is why we said the keys to these things is the governing law doctrine or the proper law doctrine. And then thing a meditation does for the ones where where we are, you know, where we are make that effort here too. Because a lot of ones out there find themselves in a situation, but they must fear hide like, you know, I don't understand it. But again, when we not have enough knowledge, we're gonna, you know, go through changes until we get that information. Salute Joel Jaguar. Honor me king. Now, when we are said proper law, these are under the common law contract. So the proper law doctrine, also known as the governing law or applicable law determines which legal system applies to a dispute, particularly or specifically in cases with international elements like Joel Jaguar and others, or multiple potential jurisdiction. What that mean? Like Jamaica have its own jurisdiction, mainland US have its own jurisdiction, the states, the Massachusetts states have its own, you know what I mean? So multiple potential jurisdiction. Proper law, it focuses on the law that most closely connects to the legal issue at hand. What's the legal issue at hand? They might try administer your estate, so they might fair use that specific kind of legal system. considering factors like the party's intention, the location of the contract, it's always about contract, and the nature of the relationship. Now we are talking about the proper law doctrine or the governing law doctrine. And this is how we just type in a Google and we just get the information, the basic information, so you can just read it. But that is one aspect. Is when you can break it down, like how me I show you how it applies, is a whole different aspect that separate and distinct from just regurgitating. Now it's a key aspect of the proper law doctrine. It would be the choice of law. The doctrine is central to the choice of law process, determining which legal system will govern that specific dispute. Contractual dispute. It's commonly used in contract law where parties may agree on the governing law, or if not, the court will determine it based on the factors mentioned above. Other legal matters. The doctrine extends to various areas beyond contracts, including torts, trusts, and other legal relationships where multiple jurisdictions could potentially apply. Now, remember, we said the Jamaica birth certificate is dead on the Island Records Office where they record it and house at the Registered General Department. But the true location and business activity is up there in Massachusetts Business Trust, where they have the FIDI Commissary or Fidelity. And then the attachment is the Treasury Direct account. So again, a step by step. We're not going to discover all of this because I'm not teach it in a school. What me I try to do is express the fact that my people is undeportable and we can challenge them in any law and win and then get compensation for the public slavery when them initiate. That's what me I say. This is why when we're going at them thing, we have to invoke them contract and secure our fundamental rights and freedom, and then direct them or instruct them what we are dealing with. And we have to do it. When you see a little judge up there where everybody are called judge, I just see that as a referee. That's my public servant. If them ever audacious enough to act like they are not, then we'll put them in a proper place. Because they are working for some kind of public entity, in some kind of agency. And them have governing rules that are there will protect I and restrict them. This is the clarity. This is the clarity. Now, them say factors considered is determining the proper law involve examining factors like the party's intention, whether it's expressed or implied, regarding the governing law. So you see, you as the party or as the accused, you have all kind of rights, but them not going to tell you about it. You'll never know it. The place of making the contract where the contract was entered into. My people and most of these foreign people not have no contract. Them can't show any contract. The place of performance where the contract is to be fulfilled. The location of the relevant goods or services. The nature of the legal issue and the relationship between the parties. So we are talking about key aspect of proper law doctrine. They go on to say reasonableness and fairness. The goal is to ensure that the legal system applied is the most reasonable and fair for the specific dispute, take into account all relevant circumstances. Them not do these things in a car, them not expect we if you can read and write to challenge these people. Importance in international law in cases involving cross-border transactions or parties from different countries, I remember countries are corporations, where the parties have let me get it this way. The proper law doctrine start over in cases involving cross-border transaction or parties from different countries. The proper law doctrine is crucial for determining which legal systems rules should apply. So again, it comes down to you having knowledge of who you are, what you are dealing with, where you are. Yeah, man. I go and just finish up right here and then we can just call it a day. But I mean, alchemist, salute, salute. This is what it, all right. So when I see them kind of narrative, yeah, I know say the FBA kind of people and this. Yeah. And we can give you an invite. And we not have no it's if you express where you express. Excuse me. Forwarding alchemists and express where you express. Yeah, Caribbean people are get deported, but ask them what them status when them are get deported. Are they not classified as some kind of citizen of any one of these corporate countries, not even the state per se? That's when them can get deported, brother. We're not going to dispute that because we are seeing every day. Now, this is a new era and we have a new faculty of thinking naturally. And I guarantee you alchemists on the mainland being an FBA member, like a Moor or a Moorish, because that's what your thing I deal with. You can't get deported from your corporate country. How can you? But if you come in at this corporate country or any other corporate country, when your origin is which part you then now, you can be deported. That's why them boot a lot of you mainlanders when you race go to Africa over there in Nigeria and say, oh, not going back home to Africa. What happened? Them deport your ass. They deport your ass. That's and I can agree, brethren. The brethren say more Caribbean people identify with Africa than anybody else. Why is that? Why you think that is? Ask most of the Caribbean people what they know about being Indian. Ask them. Ask them why the location where them exist in is called West Indies or Western Territory, Western Hemisphere, and them call you West Indian. Why is that? Why was it changed from being an Indian to a Maroon or a Moor on the mainland? Why is that? Answer that question. I remember the invite is there. You know? So there's no back and forth. So we can share information so you learn. Just like you can share so I can learn and other people out there can learn. Clarity. This is what we talk about distraction. Listen, the moment you declare yourself as a free man, that means you're a sovereign man. And you have to rebut the presumption what Babylon have in the public, so they're going to renounce from their citizenry. Once you have a renunciation document, that's verification, certified proof, so you extinguish whatever presumed contract is there. These are for my people, you know. You understand? From you can show this document, especially if you do it like how we do it, simple, with an image. Now, this become your identification. You don't have to play games with them. Everything is contractual. Everything is about contract. And you stand up right there. Now, like I will do a lot of other things. and can verify it. You understand? Me not go have much issue. Because me I tell you, sir, me I go lift up from here, so without visa, and me I go up on the mainland, and me I go challenge them Department of Homeland Security, that executive area. Because I know, sir, what them a do can't apply to I as a West Indian. Why? Because my proper law said Parliament or no organ of the state can make no act or take no action or make no law to abrogate, abridge, or infringe my fundamental rights and freedom. And it apply on the mainland, because the mainland have what is known as a Bill of Rights. Now, when you're a citizen on the mainland where foreign people colonize that area and totally dominate it, it's a whole different thing. This is why when I read a document, it talk about a federal location. You understand? When we talk about Homeland Security, listen to what it says again. It says the Department of Homeland Security, where the enforcers is ICE, the Department of ICE, them are the enforcer. So the Department of Homeland Security was established in 2002, and it combined 22 different, listen carefully, not state, it's a different federal departments and agency. Now, once it's a federal department or agency, then can only issue what? Federal rules and regulations. And it can apply to whom? Federal employees, federal members, federal subject citizens. These are honorable clarification. Just tell any attorney to come step up. Because I can't talk to alchemists. Alchemists not bright enough. Alchemists probably in their 20s or just young 30s. Alchemists not know say boy probably gonna have nightmare tonight when him go feel that. Because him gonna have to get some truth and it gonna manifest in a nightmare. So I might see him again when I come out live and he might just stay silent. But yeah, this is what truth do. We not just come out here come talk. We are showing you say, go and go looking at the Homeland Security website, just like I did. And if you can read and write properly, it won't tell us it's a federal agency. It won't tell us it operates under the executive department. What that means? No different from Jamaica, with Andrew Holiness as Prime Minister, operate from the executive branch of government, the executive area. And what me say? They don't have no authority over I. I sovereign in our capacity, above and beyond all of what them are dealing with. As the sovereign man, yes, and that is law. Now, I don't know if a Spanish me just talk. I don't know if, if one me just say YouTube have a way for black it out or cut it out, I don't know. But somebody can step up and rebut it and, help we gain clarity. Alchemist way say, come here try bear with you, before I kind of disrespect you blatantly in the public, because I give you an invite and you choose not to come in, but you still a type. So so never look upon you like a cross-dressing sodomite and totally tear you up. Because I show say he's a, you want type. Let me see, less than 1% of your people are aware of any of the information you're saying. I don't have a problem with that. We know we not African over here, Caribbean people do not. Hey, alchemist, this come like deja vu. It seems like you're coming on a thing already under a different name, but they keep on express the same thing. For some reason, it does seem familiar. I'm not even going to go overboard, I'm not even going to cheer you. I'm going to just say, just go easy and try to learn some things. That's all I'm say. If I not there for talk for the West Indian, then now I get no voice. Because I am he who start this thing and make the West Indian know say it's not about just the mainlanders. Because the mainlanders have their own plight. The mainlanders choose civil rights while we on the island stand up on fundamental rights. It's just that the politician around here so decides, once you give our people some money, then we switch it up. So all the politicians them do is just print some paper and tell people say it have value and that's it. Right now, watch me. Tell the government of Jamaica to send 10 million come drop on my foot. And watch how I'm gonna tell you say, oh you mean me a proud Jamaican all when me a who? I work Indian. Cause I'm a pay me for do a work. That's where most people are doing there. You all are getting paid. It's just that you not get paid with fictional currency when I have value. When I make foreign people are giving a definition for words. Foreign people take on their own language and tell them say it belongs to them. How can a people from Germany who speak some German language come in my area where me talk like how me talk? And then them now I say what I'm saying belong to them. No different from these very same German people say, hey, America belong to, no, listen. They create their country, which is a commercial area. That country is called the United States of America. And from that commercial area, they created states. And from those states, they created counties. And they invite my people, the West Indian, to participate in that colonization. Now, I, as Nestorian king, see through all that shenanigan and I fire burn the invading colonizers and I correct this thing. And I have a problem, I stop and correct it. I have to. Because Mutabaruka now go do it. Alchemists now go do it. And if I call any man over there in Africa and say, yo, what can do for we over here? Then I'm going to say, watch you now, sovereign man, handle your bundle yourself. That's your land over there. That's what the African will say. But for the mainlander, I don't know, I don't understand. Because you can't have the United States Congress at direct and dictate terms. Those very same United States Congress write on paper, Donald Trump and his friends and same colonize and enslave a group of mainlander. These American Indians, through them said the name, the United States of America, that country. I know the American Indian is separate and distinct. I know the American Indians are free people because the American Indian is synonymous with we as West Indian. It's synonymous with our counterpart down south as Ameri-Indian. But Congress write on paper by way of them Albert Pike, that attorney, that Freemasonic attorney, go do the research. Albert Pike, Freemasonic attorney, Albert Pike, create a group of Indian and give them political status and spoil it. Not the wild Indian, not the Gulagichi, not the ones them from deep down south. You understand? Because we not play with canoe. We jump on canoe and run, go up on the island them and load up with what we are load up and come back and we do what we are do. We never can jump on no canoe and go to no Africa. That's an impossibility. That's fallacy. The moment you use the term Africa, you tell me say you're colonized. Literally. Now, see, expose yourself here. Here he is. And you're a boss, you're a spokesman, you're a leader, you're CEO for that foundational Black American. Is that cross-dressing, gay sissy, Tariq, Nasheed, Rashid, that chump, that LGBT guy. These are the guys that start that down low brotherhood in Atlanta were prominent. Me a bun. So I'm glad when you present yourself, because I'm talk it who you are. Now you got to understand the energy we move with. We not. That's why people afraid to show themselves here, because all we have to do is just see you or hear you, and a man like me, you just present yourself in front of me, because I'm telling us, you have a mirror in front of me. And you just look like a TV in front of me. So I can say everything about you if me choose. Literal, and not just me alone have them kind of natural gift there. I'm quite sure all the way of it. All the way of it. Everybody have intuition. Yeah, man, and everybody hold them order at times and discipline themselves. Yeah, man. What this brother has said, 50 million FBA, no man. The American, Indian, and the mainland don't like your group. Because them know your group a sellout. And that's why I'm always partial to my Aboriginal people, yes. The American Indian, yes. But you don't always hear me say, me a West Indian. We are who start everything. We are the one them where them can't conquer. We are the one them where you gotta have a few we like how you say me there where we not sell out. We are the one where you can't carry in a court and get a conviction when you can't prove that there's criminality or crime. We are that one. We are the set apart ones. We are the ones where Babylon look and say, them ones yeah, them thing much more higher than which part. Oh no! But colonize them. Are you crazy? Your organization asks the United Nations for all kind of benefits, and this is how I deceive the people, brethren. That's why you see me come here now and I bring clarity. We use the proper law. We are talking about contract. Without contract, you and your colonizing masters have to step back. That's why I like the deportation. You know, so when I send the federal agent in Massachusetts, you know what I'm find? I guarantee them don't have not one Jamaican on them deportation list. Not one. Because them can't do it. Because we Jamaican, once you say you're a Jamaican citizen, you're undeportable. But when you are a Jamaican citizen, they'll deport your ass. Because being a Jamaican citizen means you're a slave to them corporation. That's it. No fancy in it. When you say you're West Indian, that's when you say you're sovereign. When you hear them say Commonwealth law, that's where the fundamental rights and freedom or the Bill of Rights apply. The Commonwealth is what them call the Western Territory. The Western Territory in 1786, you can go look it up, Northwest Ordinance, Western Territory, them are going to have a Bill of Rights will apply to that area. Them thing have clarity. It not apply to slave. How can it apply to slave? And I guarantee Alchemist and every member and FBA organization, including his leader, are proper United States citizens. Colonized slave. I'm telling you, I guarantee it. Pay attention, never seal on my pick, and my seal superior to the Homeland Department seal, because I'm a favor seal for move from. And my seal is superior to the United States Corporation seal. Just like how it is superior to the government of Jamaica Corporation broad seal. We are talking about authority. And the man and woman have that until they give it away. The man and woman have that until they give it away. Oh, listen. The brethren say, how is it superior if none of your people are on board with it? Again, you never can tell a man, say, hey, you're enslaved and you need to free yourself. No, you have to push information on people that either get the information, it will resonate, or it won't. I've never seen in history where everybody just, break through that slavery or enslavement and it's happily ever. I've never seen it that way. It's always a few who step up and challenge the colonization or the enslavement or the oppression. And you never get no freedom as a gift. We know that. The difference with us is that we are used the very rules that are in place to restrict those oppressors, to restrict those colonizers, and let them designate and apply those slave codes to the correct people. Now, if you choose to be a slave, those slave codes shall apply to you. But when you're a free man, a sovereign man, it is impossible for it to apply to you. This is why you'll challenge the authority, the control, or the jurisdiction of these foreign entities. You people won't like this side of the information. A truth. And me I tell you, sir, when you apply the basic information that I share, you're going to see your results. The problem is this. You can't apply the information while you're enslaved. That's the prerequisite. That's why we say it's freedom. And if a policeman, if a public entity, if a public servant, if anybody asks you, can you verify or prove that you're not a presumed citizen? You say, yes, here's a renunciation. It's all about contract. It's all about obligations. So when there is no obligation or no contract, then that's when you can say, you don't have no authority. You don't have no jurisdiction. You definitely cannot have any control. Now, if we don't have that information, you're crystal clear, then we're not going to run our mouth and get in a problem all the time. All the time. Now, alchemists, pay attention. You live on the mainland and your organization is FBA. I'm not going to knock you, I have to salute you because at least you're brave enough to step out. That's why I know, sir, you're probably a little frank man. You know what I mean? Cannon fodder, where a man can just chop off your head and send it back as a message. Them not really rate you. So them send you out here, so I'm not going to tear you. They're going to share information just like what they are doing and say, listen, man. Them are going to use people such as you to bring divide. A man like me not bring no divide, I bring truth. So if you can look and see it as divide, then you have to find out why you are seeing the division in a truth. If me I say we have been colonized, and me I say them have a Congress on the mainland where make all kind of statement out there in the public written, then it only makes sense to direct any kind of, complaint to that area. Can't point upon the island people, them and say the island people, them are the problem. How? When the island people, them and say, boy, the British, them they are not going with themselves, but we realize the British are mash up our place. It's really our own people are mash up our place. Because we don't have no foreign man per se. Probably 2-3% of the ones that were in a government are foreigners. Probably 2 or 3%. You understand? But if you're going to say just looking at imagery, yeah, 2 or 3. Now, if a bloodline thing, probably about 80% are foreign if you read. Because them have black skin in it, but them have foreign blood. However, we have to put away all of that and work with what is there. We have laws in place. From the laws of Burgos, the Spanish laws of Burgos, we have laws in place where restrict the colonists from the inhumane or maltreatment of the Indians. When the British came, the British never said them not saying Indian, them only say Maroon and Moors. You understand? When the Spanish first came, alchemists, when they came in this western hemispheric region, they saw Indians. And if you need verification, just go look up the Spanish laws of Burgos. And you're going to see where Indian came here with their Indian missionary and then and their Spanish Catholicism, because the Spanish did not come with Catholic. And the Spanish come and create missionary where them have all kind of Indian in them missionaries. These things are documented truth. And when the British come now, the British come see a system already in place. And then just improve on it, organize themselves and create them confederacy. So we have always been prisoners of war, but a man like me, I say, watch out. Make we erase that nonsense and just know so we're sovereign and push these foreigners away. So if you ask any foreigner to verify anything at all, it's impossible. Because they are foreigners in our land. This is why they have to promote citizenry. Without citizenry, they have to go back in them location. Because now, if your point of origin is Germany, then you, foreign man, are a German. You know, you can say, hey, I'm a federal American, and create confusion. That's why I'm speak for the West Indian. You understand? Because we've always been free, but when we find ourselves in a foreign jurisdiction where they practice slavery, they'll capture you and just presume that you look like the rest of niggers around there were enslaved. No, you have to say you're West Indian and you're connected to the sovereign man. The only way you don't get deported. Really? Got the federal agency and listen me, you know. Watch me now, people. The feds them running a Nantucket ice, running a Nantucket, and believe it, more white people are running high than non-white. I've always I say you have more white foreign immigrants than who them talk about that. Because you can't be immigrant in the Western Hemisphere. When your mama and your papa and for them mama and papa come from your Sabania. You get me? And if you even have some foreign mix up, the mitochondrial DNA are going to speak volumes. Because usually when invader come, it's just military man come. They not come with them family. You understand? No, it's just man come. And when man come, them say, at the time them call it native, nice, big, black, rosy, you know, woman. When them say our woman, them say gold. Them skin catch a fire. Yeah, man. Never get none of this kind of sugar. So you see them run wild with the ones on the coastline. That's why when I go over Port Royal, you see them have a different hue. When you go in a Portland, you will see some of them have a different hue. All around the coastline, you're going to see them with a different hue. Now we have a place named Germantown where some foreign people did go. Now you might see a little bit of mixing there. In St. Elizabeth, you have a next area there, so you can see a little mixing there. Watch me now. Know your place, man. All of them can trace their point of origin, but them I tell you to trace yours to Africa. Why is that? Why you not tell them to suck them mother? You understand? This is why I say a free will. That's why I say all of who were purport to be African. Believe me when I tell you a time I gonna come when, according to the documentation, we're gonna deport them over there. We're going to literally deport you over there. There's a Nigerian embassy in Jamaica. Then what is strange about that? Is there not a British embassy here in Jamaica? I'm quite sure you have a United States embassy here in Jamaica. I'm quite sure you have even a Switzerland embassy here in Jamaica. Where do you people come from? FDA? What kind of nonsense? I know you not present anything when we can, just stay quiet and learn, brethren, or sister. Because you're a little low IQ information with a cross-dressing gay leader. It no work around that kind of area. This is why I made have to step forward. Wanna deceive a lot of West Indian people and take a lot of West Indian powers for pacify for ourselves. That's what I wanna do. That's why I know there's a distinction. I know there's a distinction. I know that. I know the very same United States Congress couldn't come around and come play a game. Yeah, man. What they have to do is what them do. Them infiltrate it. And them work with the boy lovers. That's what them work with. Them spoil up some people and use the information what them have against these people for control these people. Most of the think of money them use now. By way of the university and some of these organizations where people get involved, that's where them get molested and spoiled up. And usually it's video because them have to blackmail them. That's how them get them to do a lot of things. That's why it's in a real change now, man. You understand? We not forget them clarity them. So when Iman said as a West Indian you're undeportable, Donald Trump know what me I said. It not talk about the East Indians who come live here in the West, no. It talk about the people them where I deal with the things them where I deal with. Separate and distinct. From all of the ones them who want United Nation privileges. Yeah, man. So there's a step-by-step process out there. Again, you have to use knowledge. Excuse me. You have to use knowledge for really contend with the ones them out there. And me as a man have a problem at judgment. The bar council, because them outside the law. Me not have a problem at judgment. The government of Jamaica or the United States government. Why? Because them outside of the Jamaica Trust and them outside of the American Trust. Babylon know exactly what me I said. That's the common people them I say, what the mess is he talking about? Joel Jaguar. You see when you have keys, you see the difference, my lord. It's just that like a key. If you have a key, you just use the key. You're not supposed to do nothing to the key, because if you do nothing to the key, it's not going to fit in the lock anymore. You understand? Yeah, man. So once you get the key, you just go in, use the key, and stand still. You know, but I say nothing. Because nature itself will manifest its glory. So you not have to say nothing. It's when you jump in the middle of it, then you say disruptive. Because you want to say, what is your name? You can't talk to me, Your Honor. Because me in a whole different world. When you ever tell me to open my mouth, all you get, me invoke your oath of allegiance only because it's contractually binding. And by doing that, me invoke the proper law or me express the proper law. And then me secure my fundamental rights and freedom. You know what this means, that? Yeah, man. Fundamental rights and freedom are where you have nothing. And it's secured by all of these treaties, these covenants, these constitutions. So when people talk about the constitution, for my people, when they're up on the mainland, you don't talk about constitution. You direct them to the Bill of Rights, where derived from the 1786 Ordinance for the Western Territory. And then where they talk to these people. That means which part you're there, you supersede all of this new creation where them are put in place. I then think you have the clarity enough to regurgitate some little nonsense what people write. You understand? It's like how me I express it now. When you hear it, you better can break it down even more so than how me I express it. Because we are fire-born slavery, you know. We know it's been outlawed and abolished. So how dare these people I try fool with and I tell we say, you know, them are compel with to perform. Then a slavery that pussy after when a fool. Who you can't compel? You can't compel. You compel your children. You compel the people in your household. You try compel where you get bullied. And your household raised and everybody go. That's how it's supposed to be. That's law. But it not apply to slave. You can't be a slave and even conceive these kind of stance. You know, that's how we draw the line. That's the distinction. So alchemists, you and your FDA group are enslaved colonially, but it's unknown to them. Because the leader is a cross-dressing sissy, Tariq Nasheed. Publicly, me say that. Them guy there in bed with some old white guys we teach them about a Freemasonic nonsense. They're not like I. You understand? And that's your allegiance there to some sodomite guy. Now the warrior them was step to with me that know say, see the king there, them hero I man roar out, yeah. And the warrior them in my community, them I say, yeah, see that him that alright, that's him them man, that's him live man, that's him stay man, it's just simple like that. Authentic, not like uno where nobody can see uno. All uno have a imagery, caricature, with no information. That's colonization. We bring information, we bring change, paradigm shift. We make you have to think. When I come out, I come talk the feds, them turn on all kind of equipment and you know, I said, let me hear away myself. What do you mean by that? All right, we could change them rules there, we could fix them laws there, block him up, don't let them see, don't let them hear it. That's where when we step out there, pay attention and then notice, look at the views and look at the information when we are sharing. The kind of information we are sharing. And look at the views. So wait I say. It's only a few, probably 1 or 2% of can rise up this way. But yes, the majority are going to get swept away. History should always repeat itself. Really? But my people are going to suffer because them lack knowledge and show them reject knowledge. Then knowledge naturally reject them. Them are going to look for it and can't find it. Truly. This is what truth do. Truth bring change. Yeah, man. Positive change only because it's true. So when you hear me say the executive deportation, I say the executive officer do these things, but it can't apply to people where, you know, I move according to I and I directions and instructions. And when I may have power of attorney over these people for, you know what I mean? You know, say conduct or for take care or for oversee any kind of transaction them have out there commercially, then I man have a problem. I take full responsibility for any man or woman who retain this office. Yeah, man. Again, look out there. See my seal. Yeah. And the ones them when no know. Common people, forgive me. Just the patience so I can learn. Again, the international laws apply around here only because we are undomesticated. Yeah, man. Unruly King, salute. Majority of them FBAs are associated with Prince Hall Freemason and the Eastern Star. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for that support. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Alchemist, you probably can see if you can rebut Unruly King round there. I'm quite sure you can, because them things are true. And I like when I express these things before. But we don't need to give them no energy. And we don't need to tear them down, because I have YouTube video where I totally decimate that area already with clarity. So them little money alchemist is what you call residue, what you call excrement, where I try look some kind of, but I never try mashing up. I'm kind of familiar with that energy. They have seen it before, so I know I'm not really mean no harm and probably just want some clarity. But yeah, I forgot easy warrior. Only not have no truth. Uh, you know, we're not comfortable in our slavery. Because most of them look like me, but on a bloodline, I scream miscegenation, literally. And it's no fault of phone one and a phone fault. That's why I work with the spirit. I know mostly a white man are doing thing and he's a white man, and him are doing thing, and how him are doing thing and the energy where him a push, I can subscribe to him thing, I can listen to thing, and I can rap with him thing. Probably him have to find out say me is who me is and I say, hey, I don't like that nigga, why that nigga subscribe to me? Probably he might feel that way. But me not have that feeling then. I just know say like a spirit or whatever. It's like some tune I hear some you call them, what you call them once you know, hillbilly. Some man down a Kentucky, there's some of them tune that me have beat from the other day. And I man like them tune there. But most man that say, if all them bike and they ever buck you, see, I hold them holy in you. And me I say I disagree. Yeah man, and everybody would have been a racist energy there. You gotta be even racist where naturally have to just respect you and what you deal with naturally. All when them not like you. How you think the military function? One time when I be a white man in the military, everywhere them go them get them ass kicked. Them no want to tell them that you see as them incorporate niggas in the military, them turn the #1 military in the world. And the niggas no realize that them have all that power, But it look like them can't organize themselves by themselves. Them have to have some foreign hand to direct them. Well, here what? I better come subscribe to this Nestorian King and know, say, yeah, this is a foreign hand direct on right now. Whether I don't want to be free or not. Uno, on the mainland, you bust the gate wide open free Uno. You see when me free Uno by exposing this Congress, then Uno can choose to go run in a Congress house and stay in there with Congress because I go and light it on fire. Yeah, man, we're going to burn down the White House then. We're going to rearrange that narrative. And we're going to paint the house the blue. We don't even want it black. We're going to paint it blue. Mainlander, why you can't talk like this? Mainlander, why you not afraid to support me when me are burning the Congress? Mainlander, why I'm not upset when I talk about the UN benefits and privilege we not get? Or not sell out on our own people? I talk about not have tribal what. So to the projects where you did it before. To the general welfare was supposed to take care of all of us and allow it to go to foreigners. I want to make a choice so no want civil rights. That's why I tell my people, say, watch work with what we are dealing with, because we are dealing with the correct side, the lawful side, the proper law. So it has to be the appropriate legal system. Yeah, for that particular dispute. When them say particular, then they're being specific. That's what it means. But them would trick we and bully we and force with the make contract where we never realize that we are make contract. I tell my people and say, watch out, if you not roll with me, worse when you not retain me, like you not send a strength, and you get in a trouble. The only thing what you have to do is contact me. You tell anybody say you have your own private attorney, you have your own private lawyer, you have your own private counsel, and you don't need to say nothing until you contact your attorney. Warriors out there, that's law. On and off, you go on like on a silly. I tell all of them, say, yo, don't be afraid to give any police around there, any agency my name, give them my phone number, make them have to call me and talk to me. Make them have to call me, make them have to deal with this office. Tell them, say, your power of attorney lies with this office, you can't say nothing. Tell them, say, you were dead before you can say nothing to them. Tell them, say, you know, mine, I got prison for 100,000 years before you can make any agreement with them without your counsel. Why are you not afraid? Why when I give an instruction, on to throw me to the side and put on yourself in it? And I can't do it that way. If I say this is what you're supposed to say, only because you ask me for advice and me a direct you. I can only advise and direct you because I walk the walk. I've been in numerous, say, proceedings. Because I don't even want to say court, because I know say, a foreign location I'm going at. But through the foreign location exists on my land, them cannot attain no jurisdiction when them do business in my land. The government of Jamaica do business in my land, and them know that. But when I talk it this way, the common people I say, tell us I'm crazy. I tell you I'm crazy. And the Jamaica government are twisting them seat and say, him chat too much. Nobody don't listen to him. Turn off the TV, turn off the internet. Don't listen to him. Him chat too much. That's all them can say. Because them know the truth. And if you ask them, they'll have to admit it to you. Say, yes, that's sovereign man, right? But I'm afraid. Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, man. Where I say unruly, yeah man, yeah, they found them out, yeah, we don't waste time with silly people, because what me I do right here, so, I should have get all a million views real quick. Is I'm go through, I'm being specific, and I say when me share apply to my people, my West Indian people, not just the ones them who say them a come from the state of Jamaica, but all of the American islands here. It apply to you people. Specifically, you will look like me. Yeah, a you me I fight for. A you me I stand up for. A you not have no voice. Not the one them will look like me, but I live like the colonizers. Most of them I sell out. I don't trust them. I don't really even know them. Because I see me around here, son. One of them come try friend me. Like call them Mota Baruka. Them Mota Baruka, no Portmore. Where you think him a come around here, come give me a link and say, yo, brethren. You always have make up your nice on internet and internet. More I hear what you have to say. He's not gonna do that. Why you think that is? Because him handlers won't allow it. Because if Mota Baruka put up on film platform for only 5 minutes, the radio station are gonna break. Them are gonna come and arrest Mota. Them are gonna arrest the radio station people. Them are gonna find the radio station company. And Babylon round the United States are come arrest the government of Jamaica. Why? Because of this one sovereign man. Remember, it don't take no group, it only take one man. Ask Maradona in the World Cup there. If Maradona did stay home, what do you think would happen? Yeah, the team effort is good, but without the captain, without the skipper, without the one that were the most I say, are you for take charge, are you for govern it, man. So this one man can make a difference, has make a difference, and shall make a difference. Which attorney out there can come in front of me? Which one? Not even Johnny Cochran have nothing for me. Because Johnny Cochran did have to play inside of them things. Me stay outside and I look and I say, direct these things. My only prerequisite is that the ones them cannot be a criminal. Where some kind of victim will come and say, beat them up. No, we're going to operate like that. This applies to the area where me know about. When we know about the public slavery. When we know we're going to talk about traffic area, traffic, road traffic, all of that is unconstitutional. All you have to do is invoke the proper law. And none of these people, not one, can violate it after. I remember, when you're going to them foreign vessels, you have to invoke the law where you deal with and secure the rights where you have. Them say when you come in there, do that. Oh, them have just presume say you don't have none. And usually, you can't get none later. The only thing we may be able to do is go back and say, oh, hold on, I think I'm in the wrong place. Let me challenge this jurisdiction. And stop it and start over. Then you have clarity where attorney can't give, Because I'm telling us that attorney have to line up and learn from me. I'm telling us that me are the man where the ones them Jamaica government used to WhatsApp me and tell me, say, Mr. Dallas, you have court today, Mr. Dallas, the university student is going to be there, It's like them I said, just please act nice, no, Mr. Dallas, nobody go. You know what I mean? And watch me now. Then I have a problem, I come up at the UE and come sit in and the item can just have a discourse. Whether I don't want to ask me this, ask me that, whatever it is, because I don't need a paper, I can just burn a spliff and walk, come sit down. I don't have to do no research, no way, I can just, any so-called professor, anyone out, any legal mind, get Byron Sykes to sit up there. More of the top people we're going to look up to. You understand? I met them have a discourse with me, so me can say, boy, this is what me I deal with. This is a presentment. Now, what am I say? Because I already say what I deal with. All I want to deal with are legality. None of them never express what law is. I'm a good brethren, Justice David Batts, write a book where me have to fire burn him and say, oh, you never come consult me. Because in your book, you infer that we're all Africans and we're all enslaved ones. And I beg to differ. Chief Justice David Batts, you should have consulted me before you write that book about Constitution, because I'm not know law. Until I totally was clueless. Until I. But when I know legality and legal process, yeah, I master that. Till I can rearrange it in our own corporate, presentment and acceptance and discharge. But I'm not tell the people I'm what go on. So you as a party, as an accused, you have to express the proper law. That way these ones will have to align themselves with that. And then you have to secure your fundamental rights and freedom. That way they won't abuse it. So when you do with the proper law, you remove presumption from the court. And when you secure under the UCC without prejudice, then say, boy, whatever them I do. In fact, when them have knowledge, them are going to stop and rearrange and just make a go about your business. Really. When them want to play a game or if test if you see if you know where I do, them will continue to try and engage with contract and see if they can give a new contract, even though you just terminate one. So if you don't know where I do, some of these smart guys where they're on them level, them are always a laugh because them will make money both ways. But when them do not have your consent, especially when you express the fact, says, Sodomite, you don't have my consent, you're breaking the law. Something else go on behind the scenes, my people. Yeah, man, something else go on behind the scenes. So if my people not have them clarity, so them can have some kind of courage to stand up to these people, then that's the same as usual. This is why we say it's a new era. It's a new faculty of thinking. Yeah, man, and the same old dumb boy thing where, hey, hold him and deport him. Hey, hold him and extradite him. Now, man, you notify my office and you pay the correct fee. We work miracles around here because them have to carry you in a court. And if them ever, you know, say deport you illegally, you go right back in there illegally. I say it go, because them not legal. Once them now apply the proper law, it's illegality. This is how you beat them. When you say, all I want to say, might go over people head. Some smart one I go study and improve, and we'll just take it step by step. The advocacy is freedom, freedom in, and freedom in. That's the advocacy. And nothing else. From there, we should be able to build a positive, uplifting, lawful society. The slavery are killing. Yeah, man. The slavery, yeah. Everything wrong the index. Corruption, pollution, degradation. No. No, make we go somewhere else. God, I'm quick to talk about Commonwealth, but what them are doing is still a deception. Them are being them constituency, because the Commonwealth are where the fundamental rights and freedom apply. But them not apply that. So that I tell you distinctly say them are out there drifting, lost at sea. Yeah, man. Them say, in order to ascertain the proper law, first we need to take the subjective approach, where the parties have expressly chosen a law to govern their agreement. So it must be an agreement, people. Invita Food Products Inc. versus Unos Shipping Company Limited. Lord Wright said that provided the intention expressed is bona fide and legal, and provided there is no reason for avoiding the choice on grounds of public policy, the intention of the parties as to the choice of law prevail. Warriors, go and go look up that case there, because sometimes without the case law, them say, him just a make it up. Now, again, Vital Food Products Inc. versus Unos Shipping Company Limited. So they are them have to be willing to apply themselves. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And go through self-application, we can elevate to a much higher level than which part them are placed with. We now can accept what them dictate to it and think we can improve it. It can't work. We have to throw away for them book where them give it. Dash it where, tear it up. Yeah, man. And get a fresh piece of paper or a fresh book. And then you start from there. You can't make foreign people, colonizers, write your story, write your history, give you words and give you definitions. Then what's wrong with your brain? What's wrong? The difference that for us. So again, my people is undeportable. once you attach yourself to what you deal with, I can present and defend that truth. Because only non-citizens associate with us, only because we are sovereign, united state. That's what it is. What's your state, or your mood, or your form of existence? For us, it's sovereign. That's it. That's it. Again, complete gratitude out there. May the Most High guide and protect the island. Again, the brave may fall, but never yield. And we say bold and brave, firm and strong. Them information you are going to fly over the common people head. But for the warriors, them were, yeah, we choose to be free and choose to be sovereign in their capacity. Pay attention. This apply to honor, not to the citizen.